Good afternoon, Oakview, DC friends. This is Miss Lorraine with edition number 3 of Oakview, DC Storytime, and it is our Fun Friday edition. So that means that although we are still going to talk about a woman, because it is Women's History Month still, this one is not a factual tale. It's not a biography or anything like that. It is actually a folk tale from the Zapotec Indians, which live primarily in Oaxaca, Mexico. They are one of the older indigenous peoples that lives in that region. Also, there are Maya that still live there as well, but this is from the Zapotec people. And it is the story of a woman called Lucia Zenteno. And of course, like I said, it is not a real story, so you will hear some things that seem a little outrageous, but the message behind it is beautiful, I think, and the pictures are really nice too. So it is based on this folk tale, which has been around for a long time, but this story, its individual book, was actually taken from a poem by Alejandro Cruz Martinez, and the pictures were done by Fernando Oliveira, and they're very vibrant. I really like these pictures a lot. So this book is actually a bilingual book. It is written, the entire story, both in English and Spanish. The Spanish title is La Mujer que brillaba aún más que el sol. However, my Spanish is not great, and I'm definitely not bilingual, so I am not going to read the Spanish version this time, also in the interest of time. I only have a few friends in the DC who actually speak Spanish anyway, but if anyone is interested in hearing the Spanish version, you can leave a comment below or email me if you have my email, and I will be happy to try my best at reading the Spanish version for you if you'd like to hear it. So, with no further ado, this is The Woman Who Outshone the Sun. The Legend of Lucia Zenteno. And since the pictures are kind of small and the print is large, I'm going to kind of zoom in and bring the pictures up close each time when I'm done reading the page so you have a chance to look at it. The day Lucia Zenteno arrived, everyone in the village was astonished. No one knew where she came from, yet they all saw that she was amazingly beautiful, and that she brought thousands of dancing butterflies and brightly colored flowers on her skirts. She walked softly, yet with a quiet dignity. Her long, unbraided hair was flowing behind her, and a loyal iguana walked at her side. So there's the page, and there's her iguana buddy, sidekick, I don't know. No one knew who she was, but they did know that nothing shone as brightly as Lucia Zenteno. Some people said that Lucia Zenteno outshone the sun. Others said that her glorious hair seemed to block out the light. Everyone felt a little afraid of someone so wonderful and yet so strange. And isn't that kind of just a normal human quality? We often are a little afraid of something that seems so amazing and so different. There used to be a river that ran by the town, almost the same river that runs there by there now. And people said that when Lucia Zenteno went there to bathe, the river fell in love with her. The water rose from its bed and began to flow through her shining black hair. You can see all the fishes and the water flowing actually through her hair. When Lucia finished bathing, she would sit by the river and comb out her hair with a comb made from the wood of the mesquite tree. And when she did, the water, the fishes, and the otters would flow out of her hair and return to the river once more. So here you can see now she's done bathing, she's combing her hair out, and all of the river and its creatures are returning to the riverbed. The old people of the village said that although Lucia was different from them, she should be honored and treated with respect. She understood the ways of nature, they said. But some people did not listen to the elders. They were afraid of Lucia's powers, which they did not understand. And so they refused to answer Lucia's greetings or offer their friendship. They called her cruel names, and they spied on her day and night. In this picture you can see Lucia. I wonder how that makes her feel, that they're calling her names and leaving her out and spying on her. She doesn't look very happy. Lucia did not return the meanness of the people. She kept to herself and she continued to walk with her head held high. Her quiet dignity angered some of the people. They whispered that Lucia must be trying to harm them. People became more afraid of Lucia, and so they treated her more cruelly. Finally, they drove her from the village. And here you can see all the people lining up, shaking sticks and, I don't know, brooms and things, trying to chase her out of the village. Lucia went down to the river one last time to say goodbye. As always, the water rose to greet her and began to flow through her glorious hair. But this time, when she tried to comb the river out of her hair, the river would not leave her. And so, when Lucia Zenteno left the village, the river and the fishes and the otters went with her, leaving only a dry, winding riverbed, a serpent of sand where the water had been. Can you imagine if you saw this happening to a river near you? All of the water and all the creatures that live in it are leaving the land. They're going to go with Lucia. Everyone saw that Lucia Zenteno was leaving and that the river, the fishes, and the otters were leaving with her. The people were filled with despair. They had never imagined that their beautiful river would ever leave them, no matter what they did. Whoever does, I mean, I really think a river is going to leave you. But sometimes rivers do actually change course and dry up in reality. Where once there had been green trees and cool breezes, now no more rain fell. No birds sang, no otters played. The people and their animals suffered from thirst. People began to understand as never before how much the river, the fishes, the otters, even the trees and the birds had meant to the village. They began to understand how much the river had loved Lucia Zenteno. You see the people are sad and look at their land is so dry. The elders said that everyone must search for Lucia and beg her forgiveness. Some people did not want to. They were too afraid. But when the drought continued, everyone finally agreed to follow the elders' advice. And so the whole village set out in search of Lucia. So you can see they're getting ready to head out and look for Lucia. After many days of walking, the people found the iguana cave where Lucia had gone to seek refuge. Lucia was waiting for them, but they could not see her face. She had turned her back to the people. At first, no one dared say a word. Then 2 children called out, "Lucia, we have come to beg your forgiveness. Please have mercy on us and return our river." So once they got there, the adults were all scared, and it took the bravery of 2 children to reach out to her and ask her to please forgive them and please return their river. Lucia Zenteno turned and looked at the people. She saw their frightened, tired faces, and she felt compassion for them. At last she spoke. "I will ask the river to return to you," she said, "but just as the river gives water to all who are thirsty, no matter who they are, you must learn to treat everyone with kindness, even those who seem different from you." People remembered how they had treated Lucia, and they hung their heads in shame. So here she is with her beautiful flowing hair, which is holding the river, and she's coming out of her cave, and she's telling them, this is the lesson in the story. You must treat everyone the same. You must treat everyone with kindness and love and respect. They all deserve it, no matter how strange or different from you they may seem. Seeing that the people were truly sorry for what they had done, Lucia returned with them to the village and began to comb out her hair. She combed out the water, she combed out the fishes, she combed out the otters, and she kept on combing until the river had returned once more to where it belonged. So here she is combing out all of the river and all of the creatures from her hair. The people were overjoyed to have their river again. They poured water over themselves and over their animals. They jumped in the river and they laughed and they cried with happiness. You can see they're swimming and jumping, and some women are washing clothes and men are washing their animals. I mean, you can imagine the sheer joy that you would feel if water, a source of water that was your only source of water, came back to you. Not only for drinking, bathing, for washing, for playing, everything. In all the excitement, no one noticed at first that Lucia had disappeared again. When the children asked the elders where she had gone, the elders replied that Lucia had not really left them. Though they would not be able to see her, she would always be there, guiding and protecting them, helping them to live with love and understanding in their hearts. And here's the final page. You can see Lucia Zenteno, the woman who outshone the sun, encircling the entire village in her embrace. Because no matter how they treated her, she treated them with compassion, with love, kindness, and respect. And that's the message of this story, is that please, everyone, do the same. Especially during these really challenging times we are in right now, we need to remember to show kindness and compassion and love to everyone. So I hope you enjoyed our Fun Friday story, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy and keep busy, keep your minds active, and I will look forward to seeing you next time in the next video here at Oakview, DC. Have a great weekend, guys.